Why muscle loss becomes more common after 60, and what research suggests helps. Before we begin, let's be clear about what this video is really about. Today, we're talking about age-related muscle loss. In medicine, this is often called sarcopenia. This isn't a rare condition. It affects many adults as they age, often quietly and gradually. And the goal of this video is simple: to explain why muscle loss becomes more common after 60, and what research suggests may help slow it down. Because muscle loss doesn't just affect strength. It affects balance, independence, recovery, and quality of life. And the earlier this is understood, the more options people tend to have. Most adults are never told this. After the age of 60, the body can lose up to 1 to 2% of muscle each year if nothing is done to slow the process. At first, that may not sound like much, but over time, it adds up. And muscle loss is strongly linked to things many people fear later in life: falls, difficulty getting up from chairs, slower walking, longer recovery after illness, and eventually, loss of independence. What makes muscle loss especially concerning is that it often happens without pain. Many people don't notice it until everyday tasks begin to feel harder. Today, we'll talk about why this happens and what research suggests can help support muscle health after 60. Much of what we know about age-related muscle loss comes from decades of research in geriatric medicine and nutrition science. Doctors and researchers who specialize in aging populations have studied tens of thousands of older adults over many years, and they consistently observe the same pattern. Adults who maintain more muscle tend to stay independent longer. They recover faster from illness or injury, and they are hospitalized less often. This isn't about building muscle for appearance. It's about preserving function, stability, and confidence as we age. So why does muscle loss become more common after 60? There are three main reasons. First, muscle repair slows down. As we age, the body becomes less efficient at rebuilding muscle after daily use. The process that repairs and strengthens muscle simply doesn't respond as quickly as it once did. Second, hormonal changes occur. Certain hormones that support muscle maintenance gradually decline with age. This is normal, but it does affect how well muscle tissue is preserved. And third, movement patterns change. Many people move less without realizing it. They sit more, avoid resistance, and rely on fewer muscle groups during daily activities. None of this means muscle loss is inevitable, but together, these factors explain why it becomes more likely with age. Now let's clear up a few common misunderstandings. One of the biggest myths is that muscle loss is just an unavoidable part of aging. The reality is more nuanced. Studies show that the rate of muscle loss varies widely between individuals. Some people lose muscle quickly. Others maintain much more. And the difference often comes down to movement habits and nutrition. Clinicians frequently see people of the same age with very different levels of strength and mobility. Age alone does not determine muscle health. Another common belief is that walking alone is enough. Walking is excellent for heart health and circulation, but it places limited demand on muscle preservation, especially in the legs and hips. Research suggests that muscles need some form of resistance or load to maintain strength. This doesn't mean heavy weights. It means giving muscles a reason to stay engaged. A third misconception is that eating less protein is better as we age. In fact, the opposite is often true. As muscle repair becomes less efficient, protein needs may actually increase. Yet many older adults consume less protein than recommended, often without realizing it. Over time, this can contribute to muscle loss. So, what does research suggest actually helps? Let's talk about the most consistent findings. First, adequate protein intake. Protein provides the building blocks muscles need for repair and maintenance. Large studies show that older adults who consume sufficient protein tend to preserve more lean muscle over time. One helpful approach is spreading protein across meals, instead of eating most of it at just one meal per day. Second, regular muscle engagement. Muscle tissue responds to use at any age. Studies show that even light resistance or body weight movements can improve strength in adults well into their 70s and 80s. The key is consistency, not intensity. Small, regular efforts matter more than occasional big ones. And third, adequate overall nutrition and energy intake. Many older adults unintentionally eat too little, sometimes due to reduced appetite, busy routines, or dietary restrictions. When the body doesn't get enough energy, it may break down muscle to meet its needs. Ensuring enough calories and nutrients indirectly supports muscle preservation.